For FPL Game Week 29, I told you to captain these players, and as usual, they gave massive returns to every manager who had them. In this video, we'll be giving you analysis of how Game Week 29 went and some things to look out for as FPL managers heading into Game Week 30. All right, before we do get into it, I would like you to kindly hit that subscribe button. Thanks for the support. Let's grow this channel together. So as I said, Game Week 29 was very good. I mentioned or recommended a few players you could captain to get good returns, and these players gave massive returns to every manager who had them. So I mentioned the likes of Semenyo, who gave some good returns to managers, and I told you you could consider some differentials in Dewsbury Hall. You could also consider a differential in Bruno Fernandes, and both players gave good returns to every manager who had them. So heading into the game, just a recap of how things went. The average for Game Week 29 was 54 points, highest being 143. So let's see what this manager did right. So the highest ranked manager for the game week, he had 143, and this is how his team was looking. So he had most of the top performers. He had Senise, he had Timber, he had Gabriel, he had Bruno, he had Joao Pedro. So Joao Pedro was the top scoring manager for this game week, and he captained him. So that was a very good one there from him. He had Casemiro, he had Anderson, and these players also gave him good returns, and good enough, he used his bench boost, so he didn't lose about 28 points from the bench. So that was a very good decision from him. So if you had most of these players, you'll be good to go. So that's how it was looking for the top ranked manager for the game week. Let's see how the fixtures went. Then we go through a few other managers selections. Then we are good to go. So it started on Tuesday. We had Bournemouth and Brentford playing a goalless draw. We had Everton beating Burnley by 2-0. Sunderland beating Leeds by that 1 goal. We had Wolves beating Liverpool by 2-1. The next day, Wednesday, we had Chelsea beating Aston Villa by 4-1. Brighton, they lost to Arsenal by that lone goal. We had West Ham also beating Fulham by just that lone goal. City also dropping points, so they played a 2-2 draw with Nottingham Forest. Then we had Manchester United also dropping points. They were beaten by Newcastle by 2-1. Then the round ended with Crystal Palace beating Tottenham Hotspur by 3-1. So that's how it was looking for the fixtures. Let's see how some of the top managers, how their teams look like. So this manager, he rose in the ranks to number 1. So he had the likes of Tarkowski. Tarkowski also gave some very good points for the game week. He had Gabriel, he had Semenyo, Captain Semenyo, he had Joao Pedro, he had Bruno Fernandes. So good one from him. So let's see number 2. This is how the team was also looking. He had Gabriel, he had Tarkowski. So it looks like Gabriel, Tarkowski were some good players you should have had if you wanted to really climb the ranks. So this manager had Joao Pedro, he had Gabriel. So good one there from him as well. Let's see what this manager he ranked. 4, he had 101. So he had Gabriel, he had Senise, he had Ismail Assar, he had Bruno Fernandes, he had Joao Pedro. So that was a very good one from him too as well. So solid performance from that manager as well. Very good selection from him. Let's see the player stats. Let's see how the players did for the game week. So game week 29, as I said, Joao Pedro was leading the charts with 19 points. We had Ismail Assar in the mix. We had Tarkowski, we had Timber, we had Anderson, we had Andre, we had Gabriel, we have Senise. All these players gave good returns to most managers who had them. So with the most owned, you would be seeing someone like Joao Pedro, who rewarded most managers who owned him. Timber to a good number. So Ismail Assar wasn't owned by so many managers, but still gave some good returns. Gabriel, as many managers that had him they were rewarded very well. So Senise too was rewarded. Somewhat good number of managers. So that's why I was looking for some of the managers for the game week. So heading into game week 30, you would want to be very cautious because there was this break because of the FA Cup, so we had some fixtures coming in. We have so if you look at some of those most transferred in, you realize that Joao Pedro, you had Senese, you have Semenyo, quite a good number of players being transferred in. But you should also take note that before game week 30, we are going to have the Champions League first round that is going to also take place. So some managers might want to be very cautious with the players. Some players might be rested, others might pick up an injury. You want to be very cautious. So if possible, you want to relax a bit, get your team done on the Friday latest, get everything set as the deadline is on a Saturday early kickoff. So or somewhere thereabouts. So you'd be okay to know that it's on a Saturday. So you'd want to get your team done by Friday and you should be good to go. No need to rush, just take your time, get your team selection right and you'll be good to go. So I ended up with 60. I had Hill, I had Timber, I captain Semenyo, and then that was it. Drewsbury Hall. He also gave some good points. The rest of my team was very basic. They didn't give enough, but that's good to go. I have some few chips. I'll see how we go and when to use them. So this for game week 29. Game week 30 is going to be exciting. You want to be patient, get your team done latest by Friday, and you should be good to go. Kindly hit that subscribe button. We are